OKFM 101.7.
Na where the atie from me pam chompese obi tie nkoma amene honorable Ras Mubarak eba bedie obi afre wo nua na tie nkomo no na nkoma amene ni die no Public Accounts Committee enura Auditor General's report be pie mu se Exim Bank Orua Lawrence Agensam Danu no etam sika 2 million Ghana cedis ema Shatta Wale Bacho Muntio Exim Bank wamu bom busiam ye de business ni ade wamu tam 2 million Ghana cedis ema Shatta Wale ema ehun asem be pie ewo eye Public Accounts Committee of Parliament. Honorable Sasemi to say
the tennis Exim Bank eba Parliament and to answer questions on Omojumedie for the Auditor General's report of 2017. Na Yejumedie no na you will be there a public interest question. There's you dealing with the issues in the report every year. We look at pertinent issues relating to auditees but I had picked up some information in respect of Sika Exim Bank, Ediatria Ama, some artists and celebrities as brand ambassadors. So I raised it at the committee yesterday. Indeed, Exim initially now I said Omo to show but they admitted say Omo Sika Ama artists. But says according to Omono, says Sika Omutria and your money etria Sika directly. But Omo high third party, Omo high vendor, says Omobo will be pa, say Onyako and yes search and you say do bet me brand ambassador Ama Omo Amanaye. So the question
me bacho opening pacho me ba tobo. Exim Bank wo ho no. Says Sika wo mo di dwuma na Sika na efiri he. Sabia, if you are privy to that information.
It be a World Bank from the World Bank.
From the World Bank?
Yes.
And
it be Omo Angasa Omo Esika, like as approved by Parliament. Okay? Now, it be internally generated funds. So these are public funds. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And corporate institutions have every opportunity, every right to promote Omo brand.
Me ba me bo.
So my
Exim Bank e ho no. We wada unya adwuma wo Exim Bank na me wo fa Lawrence na me push questions na ma wo anim yankasa me nua ba wo ye Dr. Adokofo ne ba. Unso na ye deputy.
Okay.
Yeah, nana or something. Na question me busa ne say brand the bay ena wo mu promote a ye tam sika e bia ba akofo say dey Shatta Wale dey 2 million wo promote brand the bay the public funds. Come on.
That's a very good question. Now this is not to say Shatta is not a good artist. This is not to say that. Shatta is one of the fantastic artists in our country. I'm a huge fan. I've known him personally.
Yeah.
From his bandana days up to now. But I'm saying acquire a buying sikano. As a member of parliament, my first loyalty is to the people of Kumbungu and Ghana as a whole.
Sure.
And I should have an interest in a buying I should have an interest in whether or not it has followed procedure. And in following procedure, almost yes, they hired a vendor. Vendor omo hire no vendor ben yenim vendor omo hire no vendor no in hiring the vendor they did go to procurement because you can't just get up and hire and give a contract to somebody to search for a brand ambassador. And I'm saying a public institution, it has to go through procurement. Okay? They were unable to answer who the vendor is. They were
one
of the deputy CEOs, I can't remember his name.
onim vendor kura wo mo de share nsa se on high celebrities ne ambassadors no wo me onim wo besi ho.
But interestingly, no, I mean, the chairman has given indications that the chairman of the committee has given indications that we're calling them back because there are more answers than questions in their responses yesterday. Okay, so we don't know who the vendor is. We don't know whether it went through procurement or not. That is number one. Number two, almost say, and you almost sign a checks not directly, but they asked the vendor to pay these celebrities for the brand ambassador work. Now, many are coming. Maybe say, aban fika, o high, o bo bi pass mawa. The person obviously would come with a report, say, oh, as soon as you are now bempong, this is the person, or these are the persons we have selected. This was the criteria, because obviously I raised it on the committee yesterday. Say, oh, your artist bebre,
honorable. Media, many artists and celebrities in assembly.
Exactly.
But a PA committee anymore. Are we serious as a nation?
It's shocking.
And a go Exim bank. Are they serious?
Now, Bisango said, you're very saying.
How can you do that?
Kwame, you are in the media. Say ambassadors, so my edumedia be for Exim banker. Me who, you know, any media blitz, me who radio adverts, me who TV adverts, me who billboards in promoting Exim Bank from Ejako and the rest of them. And you ask yourself, say, na sa ubo obi pa say ombeye ejuma ma onya konye enyenye ejuma na uti tua ne sika ne nyina na because say wan kasa usika kwame wan kasa usika you wouldn't spend your money like that.
Me ba cho ayi per the report amonsa kan ye no say spell out their duties, their responsibilities, obligations, and because in every contract there's these two elements: offer and acceptance.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But
why financial management like me, my to master's level? Say who ye be sir. Now what we may public accounts committee in the August House of Ghana Parliament. Na mabetena wo se me pamcho vendor no kura minimum na me man sa contract no na just sabi o ka sa chema is an insult to parliament.
It is an insult, and more insulting is the fact that vendor no le tuaka na omu ni only record of the event in sika omodema vendors, and you ask yourself, say are they really serious?
So almost sign blank check. Say money sika we mudia will be ambassador no bia ambassador bia munti bi man.
And it's so shocking. And more shocking is the fact say Kwame and now a buying Australia bebre any sika to even work with. Namo mutimi ekuku sika pudo we say you don't go through the necessary procurement processes to even award a contract to a vendor. About dishing it out.
Opani, obosika, omudima vendor, omunimuno.
I'll say on to confirm amount or not because we didn't have.
And go forward and say, come you to me or Ghana high, as ya suck woman in Lawrence Sergeant Sam, and in Crawford going now, they should be sucked.
Absolutely, Kwame.
At the Ghana for inclusive for an age me for.
Kwame, you would know, sir, even with Bass Brandon in 2016, you need buses, no cry, say, buses in Yona, ya Brandon or not. And people resign. And you know, the company that won the contract was asked to refund it to the state. Then, Obitibi Eko Kukurugana Sika, say, or the high brand ambassadors.
Eddie, but one.
No work. Yeah.
One onim vendor no, two onim amount no, or a deputy director.
Deputy Chief Executive Officer. In charge of finance.
Enti bacho fa two cars say petrol. Eba parliament wo be wura inside wo park car no wo you want Ah, but now no what ahead.
Well, I'm sure they would have to, answer these questions.
Jesus
but
Christ.
It tells you in our public financial management how people who have been entrusted with looking after our finances are wantonly dissipating public funds. This gives you an indication of the crisis we have, as a country in protecting the public funds.
Maybe we are privy to some of the quantum of money on the my individuals to be by the vendor. A PA what reporting.
Kwame, it was not in the Auditor General's report, as I've explained from the beginning. Now, Auditor General's report in the air for 2017, but as per our practice and convention, say in respect of a particular issue every year, members have an opportunity to ask what you call public interest questions. So we are a member of the committee. Information be able to na you could raise questions and ask those who are appearing at the committee of the answers you require. And I had picked up some intel from sources in respect of CCKE. So I sought to ask them for details. Unfortunately, the deputy CEO sought to lay the blame on the vendor to say, it is the vendor who has the details. If it is the vendor who has the details, the Ghanaian people, Kwame, have a right to know which vendor was awarded this contract. To the extent that vendor no could, give out monies without bringing reports to the client. And Ghana Exim is the client in this case. And to all clients, one will be contract set on high brand ambassadors. You haven't taken interest in how the vendor even arrived at the selection that the person made. And it tells you the kind of crisis that we are facing as a nation in some of these public agencies appointees of government running.
Same way, me sure say President Yati. And some 4 pound one good,
Kwame, the president at Tekura in with all sincerity. Were we not in this country when the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Australia's visa scandal about
but not when somebody intentionally dissipate state funds like that.
Everyone said you are surprised. Everyone said
no. I can't.
Everyone said things are happening under this administration. About and taking any serious action in remedying it. And as I've said to one of your sister stations, I don't expect that they would take any serious action. I don't expect. But what I can tell you, Kwame, what I can assure you, Nese, whoever would be the Attorney General of the NDC in January 2021, the person's work is well cut out for the person. And some of these monies that are wantonly dissipated, by officials of this current administration, will have to account for it.
Honorable, young fancy and America, me and Casaminia, Lawrence Ajinsam.
Shishano.
Abba.
Na Munya Shishano. Kwame, there's another thing that is coming. There's another thing that is coming. Some 40 million Ghana cedis.
No, everything.
Exim. Say young from what one Sebi Galamsey Juma as a result of Galamsey, they've been dislodged, they've been displaced. Say young for more Mona Omontimi and get it back on their feet. So 40 million, I could be a politically exposed person in Sema and now Menuka says. And who's them also? Okay, and these are public funds, and people cannot wantonly dissipate public funds like that.
We are disease canabode. Yeah, Chinese enchine. Medasa no pay.
Medasa, never come on.
On council.
OKFM 101.7.